Hey guys, we're just sitting here working on our Mustang and working on motor and wheels and geometry on suspension so we can get these 3D printed wheels underneath the wheel wells of this baby. And I'm just getting ready to cut the hood open, and been asked if I could do a video on scribing and opening doors, and my plan on this one was, of course, to scribe the hood and make the hood a separate piece so we can take that off and show the motor what we're going to shove in this thing. So I'm not the world's best scriber. I haven't done this a whole lot in my modeling lifetime, but anyway, we'll give this a go. There's a couple of different ways you can do this, depending on your budget, of course. We've got a test body here. It's a Corvette that I use for doing some test painting on. Ideally, what you want to pick up is one of these Tamiya scribers. They can be very expensive. I forget what the handle cost. I think it was around $25, but don't quote me. And then they make a number of different thickness of blades. And I think I've got, ones I bought are a 0.1 millimeter, 0.2, and a 0.3 millimeter. And I've got a 0.2 in here now. They can be expensive as well. So ideally, when you're, like anything you're doing, whether you're working on the house or the car or what have you, if you got good tools, you end up with good results, usually. But if you're on a budget and don't want to go down this road, what you can do is take one of your hobby blades, pointed one, and if you take your pliers, I got a couple of pairs here. I've already done this to this blade, but I'll kind of show you what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. Do we want that one? No, we don't want that one. Hang on a second. Hang on, guys. Where are you? There you are. So if you grab your blade with one pair of pliers, like so, and take another one, and just take the, is this going to focus? Probably not, but anyway. What you want to do is you want to just break the tip of this blade off just a tiny bit to give yourself a scribing end. So you've got a right angle right at this blade end. I tend to not use the sharp end to scribe or try and scribe panel lines, because it just ends up as a wedge-shaped hole and you don't really get a clean cut, and there's more danger of you going off track and marring the panel. So what I used to do before I bought the scriber was just break off the tip of a blade, and once you do that, very carefully, with a bit of patience, hopefully this is going to focus, guys, is make sure you keep your blade level with or perpendicular to the line you're going to cut. Don't start cutting it like this. You want to keep it straight up and down with the slot you're trying to do. And basically what you're going to do excuse me, is find the slot. Are we in frame? Yeah, we are. And just start dragging it along that panel real careful like. And that right angle edge of the blade is going to work as a scraper to get this panel cut out. And you clean the blade off every once in a while so you can see what the frick you're doing. But it just takes some patience and time. We're still in frame? We are. Kind of picked a bad body to kind of shoot this on. I'm getting a lot of reflection from the body on this. I was playing around with Molotow chrome on a body. I was going to try some paint over top of it just to see what kind of effect I would get. But I haven't finished that. started and, you know, saw a squirrel and got sidetracked on something else. But you guys get the idea. So it is possible without spending a whole bunch of money on funky tools. But you'll find it a whole lot easier if you take one of your new X-Acto blades or surgical blades, which I like to use because they're actually a thinner blade than a hobby blade is, and just break that little tip off the end just to give yourself a little scribing edge on there. But eventually you'll get that panel open. So I wanted to do it on a practice body first before I tackle the Mustang, because the worst thing you can do is you don't want to slip, because then you mar the panel and then you're into body filler, and I'm not a big body filler guy. I don't care whether it's models or a one-to-one car. I hate that. I remember doing body filler on my 67 Dart that I used to own a long time ago. Did you guys get the idea? That way you get a nice, if you use that end of that blade like that, then you can get a nice crisp cut without the slot when you're finished. That you don't want the door gaps or hood gaps to be too large when you're finished scribing this thing. But with a little bit of patience, you can, whoop, 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 see, there I slipped right there. Damn it. I just want to follow that line anymore. It wants to follow my new line. So I better go at this the other way. So see what I mean by you got to take your time and be really careful with how you're scribing. I don't want to follow that new line. God damn it. Anyway, you guys get the idea what I'm trying to do. You just got to be careful and not do that. So now I'm going to have to sand that and fill that once I get that cut off and try and get that fixed, which is a pain in the butt. So this is why I'm not doing the Mustang on camera. And then of course it gets a little trickier once you get all around the panel line and up to the edge. You get less and less material holding the body onto the door panel, which means you got to be really careful as you get to the end of this on how you're going to finish this cut without breaking off corners of doors when you get to the transition between this angle and that angle. This is going to be the tricky part, is right in the corner here, is getting this clean cut. But anyway, you guys get the idea. So if it's not in your budget to buy a proper scribing tool, it's another easy way to make yourself your own little scribers. Just break that tip off. You don't need to break very much off, just a little bit. But anyway, guys, back to the Mustang, and we'll try and open this hood up. We're working on wheels and motor right now. Got motor kind of semi-painted, and wheels are painted up, brake calipers, so I can, once I get the wheels assembled and brake calipers on the back, I can see my true depth I need to try and get the suspension modified so I can get wheels and tires tucked under here. But anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope this helps. There's lots of other videos probably out there on how to do this, but anyway, I thought I'd do you a quick one on how I do it when I try and tackle that. You just got to be real careful. Anyway, guys, talk soon. See ya.